It's heat race action here at Antioch Speedway. Tommy, the first heat race of 2017.
We're starting
Happy New Year, my friend. It's New Year's Day.
And we're starting it right with the hobby stocks.
Green flag in the air. Already smoking them up. Already contacting to turn number one. And this is about how I think we expected it to be.
Oh, watch out. 21's going to keep it off the wall. I'm surprised he's got a left front tire still. He and your leader kind of hung up there through turns number 1 and 2. Dale Jr. leading lap number 1.
Dale Jr. That's a 66, man.
Yeah, but he's painted that way. So.
Okay, I'll give you that. The 66 machine, Danny Johnson, our early leader, the 21 machine chasing him down. That is driver Cameron Swank. 45, Carson in the 3rd spot. Driven by Gene Honey.
Well, there's two drivers in that car.
And rounding out the field, the 313 of Peggy Sue. Now, I want to point this out now for anyone that's tuning in, all you joining us. First off, Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us here. Really excited to see what we're going to be seeing here today to kick off the new year as the hobby stocks are kicking it out at turn number 4. And the black flag is out for your leader.
Smoking, maybe?
I don't know.
I'm not too sure what's going on, but the 66 up the track.
I mean, unless that was a black flag for second, which I see smoke coming out.
Yeah, there is smoke coming out, like you said, of the 21.
Oh, your leader's like, forget this, I'm going this way.
Well, he took the black flag whether he needed to or not.
So the 21 machine taking the lead now. That is Cameron Swank. Tommy, this is our first time coming to this track, and with that, as I was about to mention, for all of our viewers,
okay. I don't know what the 66 is.
Keep us honest.
Yes, so folks, your leader, the 21, Swank, going way wide. So we're dealing here with a third, how should we say this? Third hand handwriting.
Yes.
So
yes. Which we'll get into detail here in a second, but
if you hear us mispronouncing a name, you're the viewer, let us know, correct us. We have no shame in our game.
No, we learned that one quick.
Peggy Sue having engine problems, but I'm not too sure if I want to let go of this battle up here, 1 and 2.
I don't think so, Tommy.
Yeah, the 21 of Swank smoking and sideways, hanging that rear end out.
White flag is in the air in the first heat race of the year. Swank into turn number 1, wheeling that car. Being chased down by the 45 machine. I have it written down as Honey. I've heard it as Haney.
Peggy Sue pulling off in her 313 machine.
You hear that come out of turn 4? Swank is going to win the first heat race on low-budget TV of 2017. Tommy, that's something that no other driver can take claim to for the rest of the year.
And they took the checkered flag from Fabulous Bob the Flagman. Look at them white pants all the way to his white shirt and that big pearly white smile.
Precious. So yeah, as Tommy mentioned, for those viewing, we typically have a lot of people that know these drivers, and we just want to have you guys let us know, in any case, if we're mispronouncing a name, message us on Facebook. We're going to be keeping an eye on that all day long, because we want to make sure you're not going to groan every time we say a name. Tommy, there's a lot of new faces that we've never seen before here.
Yes.
And that's because this is our first time ever at Antioch Speedway.
Careful. We're wrestling some cords right now. Could you believe that? Low budget TV.
I am not surprised.
They have yet to figure out wireless power plugs. But when they do, you know who's buying.
We'll be there. So we just came off of a 4-car heat race, and I'm almost positive that we have a 7-car heat race about to go. Tommy, I'm going to have you ready with a pen in the event that we have some cars that aren't on our sheet. Like we'll see.
I got a few stories in this one as well.
The 54 car we don't have. I think the 54 is the only one, so be ready for that one.
I'm ready. Like you said, Jeffrey, we upped the car count in this heat race. Number 2 for the hobby stocks.
That mark up to Lima. Chris Long on the point. Let's see her second. Joe Salvi in the third spot. And
Here we go.
Oh, you talked right over the 54. We go green. The 99 starts on the pole. That is Chris Long. He's going to take the lead down in turn number 1. The number 84 machine in the second spot, slipping up to third now. So trouble for Russell Shearer in the number 84 machine. Now we're still looking for a name on the 54 for our viewers. If you're tuned in with us, let us know if you know.
This is how we interact with our fans. Hey.
Yeah, no, our fans are the ones that are in charge here. We're gonna pilot the camera and
You're
run
the
mic,
producers.
but they're the producers.
Oh man, we're all excited throughout this.
So while we're watching this battle, I'm gonna mention the number 76 JR. You're seeing him battle to the inside. The 76 JR of Billy Gardner. Now,
Oh, big contact into turn number 1, and they don't even spin it out.
that's the number 82 of Joe Salvi.
Oh, but we're not done yet. Whatever we're doing here.
Joe Salvi went from 3rd to 6th in one corner. But I was talking about the guy in 3rd right now, the 76 JR, Jeffrey. Billy Gardner, the reason why that JR number or letters on the number is because with this family, you have to win. The Gardner family, that's a family rule. You have to win to lose the JR Junior letters on your number. You have to win. You can't lose it until you win.
Here's our leader, the 99 machine.
Way out front. He's got himself about a full 2-corner length lead, the number 99 of Chris Long. Also in this field, the number 6, Jeffrey, retro paint scheme, Chris Bennett in the number 6 machine. And around is the number 82 of Salvi.
One of the last drivers to get here today.
And he's going to be making a U-turn right in front of your leader, who is coming to the yellow. So Salvi, like you said, Jeffrey, late entry, super late entry.
Yes, but not a super late model.
No.
So yeah, Salvi here. We got through everyone who's in this race.
All but the 54.
Dang.
So we kind of have officially unofficial confirmation
Yes.
that this track is a quarter mile.
Okay.
But we were walking through the pits, Jeffrey, and people were saying it's either or. So
it's a hot debate.
it is a debate. You thought the presidential debate was exciting?
Yes. Now, I'll tell you this much. I think if you measure it from the inside line here, yeah, you'll get... Oh, Tommy, here's excitement. I don't know if you know this. They're double filing up here for the heats.
Oh, yeah. We're at a real racetrack here, folks. Or at least an exciting one.
Now, you'll see that the car that brought out the caution, Salvi and the number 82 machine, that car pulled off. One and done. You only get one shot at a spin. You take it off the track. So one and done for the heats, but you get a second chance in the main events. 2 and you're through for the main events. So keep an eye on that. Everyone makes it to the main out of this one. Green flag is in the air. Next time by, we'll see, I believe, right near the end of this one as we battle it out for second.
Battle for the second spot. Shearer was taking a peek to the inside. Lost a lot of momentum through the center of the corner.
Going to turn.
And, well, the wall will help. Still battling for the second spot.
The wheels were cranked as hard as you could. They didn't crank anymore.
So it's kind of funny. This track has a lot of moisture in turns 1 and 2. And not a lot of moisture in turns 3 and 4. And look at these drivers having to fight the wheel. Your leader nearly spinning out, coming to the white flag.
By the way, it says Ant on the door of the 54. So that's Ant.
Well, your leader looking good in this heat race, Chris Long. A little sideways at times, still hanging out that rear end. But Chris Long coming to the checkered flag, heat number 2 win in the hobby stocks here tonight. All right, Jeffrey. Oh, and around goes the 76 JR. He's going to finish, though. That is Billy Gardner.
Yes, sir.
I got to update our viewers here.
Do it.
And I got to update our potential viewers. The people are asking about a car count, and this is where you're going to come in. Because...
Well, I think we just hit 11 hobby stocks. There was an extra hobby stock that was in the pits, but I'm pretty sure that thing almost qualifies as an American stock. So, B-Mod's coming up next, Tommy? Are we doing the thing?
Well, let's do the thing.
Starting on the point for the first race of 2017, Peppermint Patty Riley. Outside the front row, Watsonville, Adrian Frost in 22A. In the third starting spot will be the 75 exit pitch.
Fun drive, 4.5 hour drive, and you were awake for 2 of it.
I was awake for 2 of it. And I thought I did pretty good.
You did all right. I did better, though. I stayed awake the whole time.
That's good for both of us.
Yes.
All right, man. We got a lot of these cars, and we will be paying attention to transfer spot because, Tommy, as the question is, like I said, we had 11 hobby stocks take to the green for those cars, so I believe that is our field. But here,
no time here,
we have 22 sport mods. Some had issues during hot laps. We don't know if they're going to make it back, so we have to assume, as the green flag comes out, we just might be having a B main. Top 4 will transfer to the A and contact.
More contact. That was a fresh piece for the number 38.
Well, it's getting more and more torn up as they go. Now pieces are flying up, the door's on the ground, and the yellow flag is in the air. Folks, this is why you never show up at a dirt track with a fresh piece. The 38 machine can show you. This is why if you get a fresh body, beat it up a little bit. Take a bat to it or something.
You have to throw some dirt at it and rocks because it's just nothing but fresh meat here. Brian Pierce got a little sideways and ate up a door.
So our lineup here, starting on the pole, the number 7 machine, that is Patty
7 straight up, yep.
Ryland. And you see the 75X of Jim DiGiovanni. Then we have the 15 of Brian Pierce, the 38 machine of Gomez, and the 2C of Trevor Clemens. And the one part of this car that's covered in dirt happens to be it covering itself up.
66.
That is Danny Jones. But how can you tell, right?
Well, I got the zoom, so I can win there.
And the 22, Tommy, that looks like the 22A machine of Adrian Frost. There is a full restart flag out on the field. And we're going to try it again.
We're going to definitely try it again.
How interesting that we're sitting here in Antioch on New Year's Day watching racing. I've always been impressed with how we've continued to shorten and shorten our off season.
Our off season was literally a month and a week. 38 gonna be pulling it off the track.
Actually, I think it was less than that. Pretty sure because we were right at the end of November.
So a full month.
Yeah, it was a month.
All December.
Man, and we're just totally playing it up to our girlfriends and your fiance.
Yes.
We're gonna be around.
We'll be around
for December.
The winter time. Yeah, exactly. Our off season is 1 month. That's why we had to drive up today because we had to spend New Year's Eve with them.
Yeah.
Because literally, we're not going to take a break as far as we know until November of this year.
Yeah. Now, you know what was cool? Having a celebration of New Year's in your hallway.
It was nice, wasn't it? We had
It was.
nachos. We loaded everything up here.
Yeah, we did. We paid for it this morning. It was great.
Oh, yeah. Can you give me a car count number? Or as
Like I
close as
said,
you can?
you can put down 22 sport mods.
Okay.
I have down 17 A mods and 11 hobby stocks.
So 22 B mods. How many A's?
17. And a partridge and a pear tree.
And 11
hobby stocks.
hobby stocks. So remember that, folks. 'Cause we might be quizzing you later. All right. Coverage questions.
Yes. For those that don't know, we do coverage questions. If you follow us on Facebook, you're set to go. If this is your first time joining us, folks, look it up now. Facebook, Low Budget TV. Hit like on the page, and we're going to interact with you guys throughout the night. We're going to be asking you the important questions, like how many cars you think will finish a race, how many cautions you think will be in a race, who you think's going to win, who you're watching for, all the good stuff.
Some people are watching and they don't even have a clue who's racing because they're not from California. It's not their weekly show.
Well,
That's always
we're
fun.
just about ready to go here, Tommy. Lights
I'm
are
ready.
off.
Let's do this.
Let's try this again.
B-Mod action, heat race number 1. Full restart.
7 cars, top 4 transfer. Green flag is in the air. Ryland dives into turn number 1 with Frost on the outside. Frost has the advantage and a much cleaner start for these ones. Those cars just don't want to stick out.
Turn 2 is
Yeah.
Adrian up the track.
Right.
Climbing, flipping
Great.
it up. We got cars banging bumpers, and it's New Year's
Hey,
Day.
there's your transfer spot. 75X machine has it. D. Giovanni holding off Kleiman's in the 2C machine. And again, Frost goes wide. That's going to open the door for Patty Ryland to the inside.
Battle for the lead. Turns number 1 and 2. Here comes Pierce in the number 15.
Frost has the top spot, but has struggled a bit here.
She got it figured out in turns 3.
Much better there. Also battle for the transfer spot. Kleiman's to the inside of the 75X to make the A main event and not have to worry about the B. A lot of smoke coming out of the 66 machine. Jones, something's not going to be around for that car because he's just about expired it. And a fire up on the 66 machine under the hood.
It goes from bad to worse for that 66.
Red flag is out and extinguishing the flames we do.
I'm not laughing at the fire, but I'm laughing at the driver because he's not even bothering to get out. But he dropped his window net fast because he was not happy. Well, everybody comes to a stop. 3 wide action over in turn number 2.
What they're doing right now, if you've seen any of those mannequin challenges, they're working it out of turn 2. Well, that is an early exit for Danny Jones in the 66 machine. Now, we mentioned 22 cars. They can run a main event with 20. Now, this car, Tommy, I don't want to call it early, but that looked like that car might be done for the day. Now, that being said, we had some other cars have issues during hot laps. We had 2 cars, I believe, get together in turn number 1, and some suspension parts were hanging. So we'll see if everyone's able to get back. Like I said, we're going to assume until notified later that there will be a B-main event, but the B-main might get scratched, and if that's the case, everyone's a winner.
Participation trophies.
Do we have people saying anything yet?
Daryl Hughes is watching. Daryl Hughes, modified racer.
Well, that's good.
Ken Ramsdale watching from Mass. That would mean Massachusetts, I believe. Which
Or he's watching from church.
could be.
Yeah.
Could. Hey, however you can watch it, please do. We don't judge. If you're in the middle of church, if you're in the middle of Massachusetts. Thank you, Ken, for tuning in with us here. Destiny Carter watching from Merced, California. We drove by Merced on the way to get here.
Yes, we did.
And like we said, keep your internet devices handy, because we will be doing some coverage questions.
6 cars left in this heat race. They're taking their time on this one. The B-Mods obviously were excited to get back on track and don't want to give it back. Green flag is in the air. Frost and Ryland into turn number 1. And a transfer spot still up for grabs. Di Giovanni takes over the 3rd position, and that's going to make Pierce in the transfer spot and contact with the 38 of Gomez.
Frost holds on to the lead.
All heat races are 8 laps. All main events tonight will be 20. 3 divisions. Good amount of cars here as we have and into the wall goes the 38 machine of Gomez.
Well, he doesn't have a door, so why not? Can't scratch anything.
That's true.
Yeah, he got a little way.
Oh, and around goes Ryland. That's going to knock her out of a transfer spot. Gomez will pass by. So the white flag flies. Frost has the lead. Pierce, Di Giovanni, and Kleiman's now battling for 3rd, but they're both in the A main event. And out of turn number 4 and into the wall goes Di Giovanni. We're still going to race to the checkered here. Who's it going to be? Di Giovanni will make the last transfer spot. That leaves Gomez and Ryland after staying in the top 3 the whole race, spinning it out in the last lap. Patty Ryland's got some work to do.
Well, and we're playing the just in case way for the B main.
Like I said, until the officials know that we do not have cars, in other words, the drivers going up and saying we're out.
Yeah,
we're having a B main.
Yep.
So, and for all we know, Tommy, more cars probably showed up. They've been pulling in all day long.
Turn 3 and 4, Jeffrey. Trouble spot. These cars are sliding up to the wall.
I think we made a good call with we placed some extra cameras around the track for highlight reels and whatnot. So more stuff that you guys can catch on our Facebook page, Low Budget TV.
Send them.
Tommy's explaining what a V-Mod is.
We are. Well, our viewers are watching live, and we got a gentleman from Massachusetts. He's used to the big block modifieds. He has no clue what the heck one of these things are. So basically, imagine a IMCA modified, a little bit more scaled down in the, what would you say, Jeffrey, price department of everything. We got 602 engines in these things, crate engines. And yeah, I mean, the modifieds definitely have a lot bigger engines. I think they have a rule saying that you have an incentive to drive a crate engine now. So that's going to be interesting this year. I know some drivers not happy, some are. So here we go. We are still B-Mod racing, trying to figure out who's going to go into the A main, who's going to the B. Al Johnson brings a field to the green. Got the number 12 machine starting 2nd. Oh, we got the cars bumping and banging. And still hammering each other down the backstart area. Jimmy Ford to the 12. Oh, your leader Johnson around. And the 4 hard on the brakes. And up into the wall as well. Jimmy Ford in that 12 machine had all sorts of trouble. But Al Johnson, this is his 2nd crash of the day now.
And unfortunately for Al,
will potentially put him out of the A main.
Yeah, we're looking at a black flag already held by the flag man. That's going to the 43 machine for bringing out the yellow one, and you're done.
What a jerk for bringing out the caution. Just had to back it in the corner, didn't he? Jeffrey, we've seen this here tonight. Turns 3 and 4.
These drivers are going into turn 3 really confident.
Yeah, it's just the car and the track are not working together.
Now we'll see the the black flag coming out.
Yeah, Al Johnson going to be pulling it off. 1 and done in the heat races. So if you bring out the caution single-handedly, you're 1 and done, 2 and through in the main events. The 7J, Fast Freddie Ryland, will start on the inside of the number 12 of Jimmy Ford. Row number 2 has a number 92J machine of Dylan.
There they are. You're good.
Okay, we're good?
Yes. So the 92J. Schreiner.
Schreiner, that's what I thought. I was just double checking. Dylan Schreiner in the 92, who's outside the number 13. 15, thank you, of Les Friend. Then we got the number 51 machine that is piloted by...
Now this one, even
drivers.
the announcers were trying to figure that one out. But who's in the 4?
Okay, thank you. Kevin Brown in the number 4 brings out the green flag all by himself. And look at Ryland up the track, having to clip the brakes a little bit.
I think we're going to potentially tear some stuff up tonight.
Yeah. Look at Ryland up the track again. So that 7J machine not handling in the corners, at least in the center of it. And the 4, after that caution, he smacked the wall a little bit, and you can see that rear end not too happy.
That is a battle for the transfer spot.
That is, but how long is it going to last with that rear end shoved over? Ryland trying to get back into the second spot as we have issues in the center of 3 and 4 again.
Back to your lead, your top 3.
Jimmy Ford, your lead in the number 12 machine. 15J or 15F of Les Friend gonna hold off the 7J of Ryland because Freddie not having a good time out here. So I'd imagine that pit area, Jeffrey, they're having to do a lot of adjustments after these heat races.
Yeah, you're looking at 2 cars that aren't right now in guaranteed positions to make the A main. One of them off with obvious damage, and around goes the 92J of Schreiner.
Schreiner around in turn number 4.
And now here's your transfer spot battle.
So Schreiner and the O-Show, the number 51.
Uh-oh, issues all over the place, man.
That's your leader.
These cars are loose.
Your leader just lost the lead back to 3rd now. Friend in the lead.
And now they're going to spin it.
You know, I'm pretty sure there's oil on this track at this point. And a hit for good measure. Unfortunately.
If you've come this far, why not get a wrinkle?
So we don't have a name on the 51 because
that car showed up so late, and the officials were all running around the pits trying to figure out this driver's name. We narrowed it down to 2 potentials.
we have either Jamie
McNutt or Dan Hatfield.
Hatfield.
So that's what everyone's narrowed it down to. The 4 machine with a flat right rear tire getting the mechanical black flag.
Dylan Thornton watching from the Thornton Racing and Legacy Motorsports from Santa Maria.
That car does have an opportunity to make it back on track. And then this car, I believe, is going to end up being the cause of the yellow and done for the heats.
Schreiner going to be shoved off the track by the DNF crew.
Just rubbing it in, aren't they?
Well, no, it's the fire crew. Jeremy Means watching from Oregon. Thank you, Jeremy. Alicia Rayhoff tagging Raleigh Rodriguez. Donna cheering on the number 21 of Cameron Swank. Great coverage, she says. Thank you. Enid, Oklahoma, if I'm saying that correctly. Jennifer Harmon. Brent says he used to love racing here in Antioch, watching from Tennessee now.
Nice.
Mike Sweet watching from Oklahoma as well. As we are live on Facebook for the short time being. We go green. This is the B-Mod heat number 2. And Jimmy Ford
Yeah, there's some contact.
leads over these 2 banging bumpers. Friend in the 15F machine trying to keep the 7J of Fred Ryland behind him.
And all 4 of these cars, Tommy, are guaranteed to move on to the A main event.
Not that they're going to relax over it, but they can breathe a little easier because they don't have to worry about going from the B main here. So we did have some late entries, enough to make the B mods here have a B main. But with some carnage here in these heat races, we might not see a B main as the white flag waves for Jimmy Ford.
The trouble spot really has been the entry of turn 3. We're going to keep an eye on that when the next group comes out, because Tommy, it's almost like these drivers are feeling. Oh, here we go.
Ford has some pressure across the line. Ford will take it. Friend had the run on the inside.
By the way, I think the left front's broken on the 51 machine.
Left front, you say?
Or at least it looks towed out. I think it's broken.
Maybe that's a secret strategy here. He did not. Well, remember, he did make contact in the heat race with Schreiner. But I see what you see. That could be damage from the earlier caution.
If you're going to break one part of your car, do the left front.
Yes.
At least at a dirt track it works out.
Not going to be here for long. So if you want to join us all night long, lowbudget.tv or racefeedx.com is your destination to join us for all the main events here tonight.
Number 3.
Wasting no time here at Antioch.
Green flag, 92 machine. Dylan Schreiner dives into turn number 1.
Well, we already had a 92 of Schreiner.
And we had a 92J, Tommy, of Jay Bryant.
Oh, well, damn it. I called him Schreiner.
I want to say that you messed up so bad in the last race that you brought out the caution in this one.
I did.
Just take that into consideration.
So who's leading this one?
So the 92J was in the last race. That was the car that ended up bringing out a yellow and then getting pushed off. That was Jay Bryant. So this is our straight up 92. You'll notice both cars look quite similar. But this is the 92 of Dylan Schreiner.
Thank you.
To his outside, we got the number 3 of Ron Brown. And row number 2 to the inside, we have the 76 machine of Mark Garter. And to his outside is the number 63 S of Mike Smith, getting ready for the green again. It's a full restart. It's in the air. We're going to try it again. Into turn 1. Top 4 transfer automatically to the A main event.
Oh.
And we're
stacking up down low.
Watch this into turn number 3. Hold on to it, folks. They're doing it again as we have more contact out of turn 4. Oh, and into the wall hard goes the 4 machine.
Big hit for that 4 machine. Lost control and up into the front straightaway wall. That car is done for the night.
Now, not that I'm saying that I'm certain it isn't, but Tommy, we've called it before.
Yes.
We've seen some
miracles.
pretty intense. That was a hard hit for that 4 machine.
Not the way you want to start 2017.
No. I believe that's the 4 of Kevin Brown. We also have a 4H in the field of Willie Horn. Also in this field, the 06 machine of Joel Hannigan. The 22, I believe, straight up of Megan Panciano. And like we said, that 4 machine, Tommy, hammering that wall. Struggled out of turn number 4. It looked like right about the quarter way down the straightaway, the car hooked to the right. And at that point, along for the ride.
That's no fun.
And like you said, we've seen some carnage here tonight.
We have in the heats. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if it's drivers knocking the rust off or excited to kick off 2017 or if they just have missed a handling, but everybody has, it seems. This track, it originally started 1 and 2 being the trouble spot where drivers were cranked all the way to the left and going up the track. But turns 3 and 4 quickly has become the trouble spot.
We've seen a couple cars climb the wall already over in that spot. Now, I want to give this track credit. Tommy, believe it or not, for anyone outside of California, you guys won't believe us, but it actually rained
the
last few days.
It sure has.
Snowed. We've been actually getting things falling from the sky, which means nobody can drive here in California.
Nope.
But that also means a lot of work for a dirt track promoter. So these guys have been keeping up with the track, keeping it prepared. And I was actually, I mentioned it to you, I was really impressed with the condition this track was in, especially when you compare the infield. You can see how much water's been sitting around just from the last few days of weather. Tommy, if you could zoom in on the 4 machine.
Yes.
Just tell me if you see an H.
I see a Ford tow truck.
Well, that's a start. You know this track has its own garbage truck?
They sure do. Looks like a straight up Ford to me. Nope, it has a duct tape H.
So that is Willie Horn with a lot of damage and a lot of work if they're going to make it out in time. Now, it's one of those scenarios where Tommy Horn's right now hoping by some miracle that enough cars fall out so he doesn't have a B main to worry about, which would give him the opportunity to try and fix that car for the A main event. But again, there's a lot of hopefuls in that because that car hammered the wall.
Yes,
on the
big
front
time.
straightaway. All right, we're ready to go back to racing here. 6 cars still in the race. We're paying attention to the top 4 as they're looking to transfer towards the A main event. So whoever gets in there gets a spot. Schreiner on the gas, green flag in the air, and we're back into turn number 1.
But it's been fun on here at Antioch, Jeffrey. I mean, this track is a challenge for these drivers. But I think we're in for some good main events later on.
I'm excited.
Once this track gets worked in a little bit more, drivers start putting adjustments in their machines. Schreiner is going to slip back to, I was going to say fourth.
Even for a track that's challenging like this one, I mean, everyone has the same track.
Yep, everybody's dealing on the same playing field.
Look at this move, the 06 machine, one of the last cars to show up here today. Hannigan looking to the inside for the lead. On the 3 machine of Brown. Brown has the lead, working that high line. Schreiner in 3rd, right up against the wall. And then the 76 machine holding on to the final transfer spot. That's Garter. But he's being chased down by the 22 machine, Pangiano.
Pangiano's starting to close in. Will we see a battle for the transfer spot? Will you see a battle for the lead up ahead?
That's right, Hannigan looking at the inside of Brown. Brown closes the door, takes a lower line into turn number 3. But look at this, Hannigan throws it in hard, and into the wall goes our leader, and around goes Pangiano.
A tale of 2 grooves, and you can see the outcome.
We're going to lose a camera tonight. Pangiano gets it straightened back out, but that unfortunately is going to put that 22 car way out of contention for making it, barring a caution, but we're working on one right now. Brown is holding off everybody here. That 76 of Garter trying to find a way around. That's a battle for the 2nd spot, and behind them, the 63 machine of Mike Smith starting to see some smoke coming out of that car. So pay attention to that, but he's the first car out of the A main event as they stand. White flag flies. Our leader, Hannigan, flying the American flag on those numbers. Make it through turns 3 and 4 and see the checkered flag first, taking the victory in the final heat race for the B-Mods. There you go.
Well, Jeffrey, don't think we're going to spoil you now.
So we'll give him a treat here.
A-Mod heat race. Randy McDaniel starts on the pole and to his outside. Jeffrey, help me out.
Race car.
You can't even help me out there. The number 88 of Carl Berenson. Chester Niss will start inside row number 2. And to Chester's outside, the number 72 of Sean DeForest. Row 3 has the number 4X machine. That is Anthony Slaney. Into Anthony's outside, the number 50, rounding out our A-Mod heat number 1 of Michael Paul.
Now, Paul started in the back because he showed up so late.
Yeah,
Apparently,
no pill drive.
well, I know this because I tried to give him a flyer, and he's like, dude, I got to get a race car ready. And I said, dude, you're right.
Yes.
But I will say that I guess they were having issues getting here. So I didn't catch all the details, but he did say we had a hell of a time getting here. But they made it in time for racing. Hey, you got to start in the back for the heat, but I think we've seen enough tonight to show there's plenty of time in the heat to make up some time. So their car obviously got to shake down in hot laps. They're ready to go. Still have the yellow light on. I'm wondering if we're waiting for somebody.
Hang on a second. I got to correct myself.
What?
That's Crowell on the pole. We have misinformation. That is not Randy McDaniel.
Oh, wait. Who? You got your pen?
Yes. See, I told you we were literally the third handwriting entries. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of telephone going on between what we ended up with, and they were waiting for someone, by the way. Although Paul now calling over an official. I think just to clarify, probably starting position.
So thank you. I gotta thank.
Or not.
I gotta thank Brent for that one, for catching that.
Thank you, Brent. Tommy, potential issue here for the 50 machine. He's just mowing the lawn.
He's trying to figure something out going.
It could be a case. Oh, we're going green. Green flag.
Well, I don't think Kroll was ready for it. His tires are spinning. Neither were we really. DeForest is getting all sorts of bumper tag from Kroll, and your leader right now, the number 88 of Berenson.
6 cars. Hanging it wide. Now, these are the A-mods. They are not going to be worried about a B-main. Everyone you see will be making it on to the A-main. Unless we have like 8 cars show up. Well, actually, all we need is 5.
On our sheet, we had unofficially, unless anybody showed up a little bit later, 17 A-mods here. Look at Kroll running on a high side, trying to close in on your leader, Berenson, the number 88 machine. He's looking to the inside. DeForest straightening that wall with his right rear. Battle for the lead up front. Contact, Chester Nitz. Getting a Happy New Year's doorless driver's side. At least starting to be that way. Roll down low. Berenson, your leader. Top 2 and around is the number 4X of Slaney. That'll bring out a yellow. Lap number 4. Halfway through this heat race.
So to fill in, from my understanding, just as an observation from the stands, much like most of us when we go to the racetrack,
Yes.
this is it's the fan perspective here. Black flag is coming out. It is a one and done rule here tonight with the heats. The 4X machine is done for now till the main event. Then you get to spin twice. It's an extra treat. But the 50 machine, I believe, is waiting for the next heat race. Perhaps might have been some reshuffling when they weren't sure if the 16 was going to make it.
Now, Jeffrey.
Yes.
Want to know something even more exciting?
Yes.
Our viewers. We love our viewers, and they'll help us out with information. Apparently, Randy McDaniel bought that car from Crowell over this offseason.
So is everyone trying to figure this out?
Yeah, now we're all on the case here.
So it's sounding like we might have had right information,
Yes,
but now we learned something more about that car.
that's true.
So look at that. Still, thanks everybody for keeping us honest. Now I was looking at the door, or what's left of the door.
Of Chester Niss's number 28K.
I like his white wheels.
I do too. It stands out for sure. Here we go. 4 laps to go in this A-Mod heat race number 1. And whoever's driving that one car is doing a great job right now. He takes the lead. McDaniel out front, battle for the second spot. DeForest to the inside and takes the spot away from number 88 and almost around number 28K of Chester Niss.
I gotta say, just a reminder that turn 3 and 4 have been the trouble spot.
Definitely a slick spot up high, so a lot of these drivers, at least in the A-mods, they're sticking down low. DeForest hard on the gas, but not any momentum when he's doing so. Berenson in third. 16M of Michelle Paul in fourth. White flag waving, 1 to go for McDaniel. difference between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 as far as moisture and everything else. McDaniel coming to the line, heat race, number 1 winner for the A-Mods. Berenson gets by DeForest after he goes way wide out of turn number 4.
Folks, we mentioned some of the cameras we set up.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
I don't know if we're going to have that camera by the end of the day.
There's one, like Jeffrey showed you, right on the edge of the K-rail.
Got them kind of all over the track.
Well,
My favorite one that we set up is this one. It's tied with duct tape.
yeah. Literally tied in a knot with duct tape.
That's how we do it.
That's what we do.
Well, was that it for the look-in?
I think so. I think we're going to have to tell him to cut it off because we are
Still on. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Well, starting on the inside of row number 1, the 49 machine of Troy Folger. Starting to his outside, the 141 of Trent Wentworth. Then we have, starting in the 3rd position, the 29H of Rick Pappenhausen. And the 73 machine of Scott Busby, another one of the late shower-uppers.
Yeah.
And mentioned this car already. He's in this race. It's the 50 machine of Michael Paul. 5 cars, lights are out, waiting for the green. And it's in the air. And we're going to just slam into each other.
Yeah,
Turn and Busby has some contact. Tommy Busby's car reminds me of something.
Southwest Touring car.
Heck yeah. All you race fans that have been around. And Busby, this car might look familiar because it used to be on the asphalt circuit for the old NASCAR Southwest Tour.
I love his hero cards too because when we were younger and we collected autographs from all these race car drivers.
Around goes the 141 and contact as multiple cars smash in. It includes Busby. Paul gets a piece of it. In fact, I think just about everyone but Folger was in that wreck.
Well, I think we're losing doors tonight.
Yes. I think that's a safe assumption.
Our leader leads the racetrack.
Well, did you hear that?
I heard it, but did you? I wonder if our viewers heard it. Tricky Troy off the track. Not too
Folger
sure.
just pulled it off.
See if we can see through the pit area fencing.
So, Troy, I believe,
Of course,
I think he has a reputation here. We've seen Troy race,
Yes.
but I feel like here he has the officials have a special place in their heart.
Yes. Maybe
Because-
not a very special place on the top of their heart, but somewhere in the back part down low.
It's clear that Troy likes to give them a hard time. And I don't know about you, but it cracked me up during the drivers' meeting. Didn't crack up the official.
No.
He's- Can we test out the scales? Yes, if you want. Thank you. Is it weird to you that I just figured out that we have a scoreboard?
No, it's not because I realized we had one during the middle of the B-Mod.
I'm just like, oh wow, look at that.
What, did you think that I was just making up numbers? How many laps left to go and everything?
No, I figured you were paying more attention than I was.
Now, what's good about this scoreboard is it counts down the laps.
That's
So
my
it makes
favorite.
it easy. Yeah, we just glance up and say, oh, 7 laps to go. 1 lap into this heat race.
Someone's gonna ask what lap we're on, and then we'll just say, don't ask that.
We're on lap 7 to go.
Yeah. Well, seeing if the lights go off here. The lights are still on. Believe we're gonna be lights out this time by. Tommy, I want to mention something that happened earlier today that required some tractor service in the pit area.
Yeah, I wonder what happened. And when we say some tractor service, we mean a car being pushed by a tractor.
Looks like the lights are off, but Tommy, if you look at the track entrance, you're going to see any minute now a car, number 49, Troy Folger, trying to make his way back on the track. Green flag. Oh, and lots of contact. It's gonna. Oh man, we're debris.
Losing deck lids and everything.
It's gonna be. You know what? It's the first race of the year, man. Caution flag. debris, turn number 1. Folger!
What a hell of a save right there.
So here's something for you folks. If you're ever bored, I just want to point out he did a burnout on the dirt. Like there's tire marks on the dirt.
That's how dry. And this corner is sitting in the sun usually throughout the day. Turns number 1 and 2, early evening sits in the shade. So 1 and 2 tacky, 3 and 4 slick, dry, and you can do a burnout on it.
You can do a burnout.
I don't blame him for doing a burnout though. He had to line him up to keep up that wall.
So I was going to mention this to our viewers. If you're ever bored and looking for something to watch for about an hour, the last 3 years, Low Budget TV has released a wreck video that compiles every wreck of the year that we capture. I'm pointing this out because we're already filling up 2017's video. Tommy, you
in just one event.
Yeah, the 2016 video, that one's in the works, but the 2014 and 2015 ones are available to view. So they're long. There's a lot of wrecks in them.
I got to work. I mean, we thankfully got some new equipment during the season. Last year, but it's going to be interesting. I've got a ton of footage on 2 different computers, and one's a Windows and one is a Mac.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You should do a part 2.
I might have to. I really might have to.
I don't think anyone will complain.
But it might still be an hour in each part, though, at this point.
Well, 2017's is looking like it's going to be pretty big.
It might just be on one track.
Oh, boy. You know, I always call out the first caution of the year, and I don't remember what it was. Green flag! Busby, we saw him in that wreck. He's working that outside line on Paul. Folger was our leader. He's back in the race. And now back in contention and into Paul. Busby to the inside of the 141 machine. The battle for second. And we're shoving each other down the front straightaway.
I think almost everybody but Folger has either body panels ripped off or busted.
Folger has something else going on because he did have to pit for something. 141 machine you see racing it hard. That's Wentworth. Paul gonna slip back to the 5th spot. Busby now in 2nd, Folger 3rd. But our leader, the 29H machine, Pappenhausen, and you see the contact.
Turns number 3 and 4. What a surprise! I don't think Paul is gonna have much of a right side after he's done with.
I don't think he wants it. Pappenhausen got into the wall there.
Wentworth and Paul are duking it out.
Pappenhausen is our leader. Folger in 2nd, Busby are trying to hold off Paul and Wentworth.
Sorry, Pappenhausen. I mean, he's running such a good race.
Yeah, but he just bounced off the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that car. Busby and Paul are having contact down the front straightaway. These guys are beating each other up. White flag in the air, but we're going to keep an eye on the battle for 3rd. No pressure for Pappenhausen or Folger, 1st and 2nd. The battle's for 3rd. Paul to the inside of Busby. Busby's going to swing it wide. Here comes Paul, and Busby, I think, thinks the race is over. He just kind of got off the pace. Or there's a problem. What happened to Busby?
Busby off the pace in the number 73.
Checkered flag for Pappenhausen. Folger. And that leaves us with, I believe, one heat race left in 2017.
Pappenhausen may...
January 1st, 2017.
Yeah. Pappenhausen may have had the fastest car in that heat race, but it still wasn't clean. He's missing a right rear quarter panel. This is the bull ring, folks.
Oh, yeah. No, we're... You know, they talked about how the plan here is because it is a Sunday, they're going to try to get the races, done early. But I don't know. I'm not feeling it, Tommy.
Yeah.
The way this is going, I think we're going to be in for a night full of racing. I found the U81, by the way.
Yes, and I got a story for that one. You ready?
Yes.
Heat race number looks like
Yeah,
we're
we're going
race.
green.
Yeah, we're going green heat race. The final heat race for the A-Mods. And we are racing the U81. That is Bobby Mott's U81. And you don't know where it came from. There's a motto on that number U81 machine.
Here's turn 3. Is it going to be a trouble spot?
Security guard is getting up on our grill. 17, Nick DiCarlo, your leader. Mott in the second spot. Third spot, Al Johnson in the 43. Driving the A-Mods as well here tonight. The number 21, piloted by Norman Beck. And rounding out the field, the number 2 machine. The driver that we do not have a name on, unfortunately. But we'll get that for you.
For second, U81, and you don't know where it came from?
Correct, yep. Bobby Motts. 81 is the number. Your leader, though, Nick DiCarlo, he's running a smooth race. That 17 has it all figured out here
Except
in
for the paint
Antioch.
job.
What's that?
I said except for the paint job.
Well, come on now. It's a new looking body.
Yeah, I guess I just dropped the body on this one. Actually, I kind of like it.
Well, those are expensive numbers, it looks like, so.
Yeah.
You know, half of going fast is looking good, and DiCarlo has it right now. 3 laps to go, make it 2 at the stripe. Oh, U81 Mott's around. He's going to have to eat some apple juice on that one. I'm sorry, whatever. Applesauce. Mott's applesauce. Here we go. White flag for Nick DiCarlo.
They make apple juice too.
They do. That's why. Oh, and more trouble. 3 cars in the fence in turn number 3. DiCarlo's going to roll up to this one and go, wow.
Don't adjust your screens.
But there's a car on top of another one.
There's a pole also right in the middle of it.
Well, 3 cars stacked up in turn number 3. And our camera, I think, is over there somewhere. If not,
good point.
If not in the deck lid of the U81 machine.
By the way, in case anyone thought they experienced an earthquake during that wreck,
Yeah, we are in California, but we are in the stands
we're
as well.
in the grandstands, and everyone has their own way of dealing with the wreck.
Some people do jumping jacks. I mean, what can you say?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Well, that just finished off our heat race, by the way. DiCarlo won it. Everybody else pulled off.
I'm gonna shift here, Tommy. Come
Go
on.
for it, yeah, shift. Okay.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
We shifted, folks. We carried our entire operation and moved it.
So there you go. There's the. There's what's left.
Mott's and the 2 car we don't have a name for. Maybe he probably doesn't want us to know now.
Maybe.
But he just caught up in that one. The car's swept up into his lane. And you can only imagine how hard on the brakes he was.
Yes. But if this is the end of the heat race, as obviously, like you mentioned, Tommy, DiCarlo taking the win, this is going to be a bit of a break, I believe, and then we're going to jump into main event action with 3 divisions: hobby stocks,
I love our viewers.
A mods, and B mods. Yes.
I love our viewers. Brent is saying Jake Dewsbury in the number 2 A mod. Thank you, Brent. Let me write that down.
That's going to do it for our heat races. We do have a B-mod, B-main coming up next. We're going to take a quick timeout.
Well, you heard it. They're still planning on doing the B main, it sounds like. And for anyone that had to fix stuff from the B mods, this is really helping them out.
Yeah, last minute scrambling.
Now, Tommy, I want to point out that the sheet I saw called this division something, a bit of a combination of things that we've heard this division called. Because, you know, depending on where you're at, IMCA, Sport Mods.
Well, this is not IMC sanctioned, I don't believe. So this is an A mod or a B mod.
Right. I was just going to say the sheet was very specific.
Yes.
They were called Modified Sport Mod.
Modified sport mode.
No, Modified Sports Mod.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. We make fun of too much. I want to point this out before we go with the heat race video. Tommy, as we mentioned, there was some tractor action in the pit area earlier
you can't
today.
let this go because it did happen.
It did happen. What happened, Tommy? I believe, from what I heard, there was a car that was going to come out the track exit.
Yes. So someone gave me the bright idea to try to see if we can get on to the track on that particular direction. So I said, good idea, Jeffrey.
Right.
And
whoever Jeffrey is, of course.
And so I'm driving the car down the road. Okay, can't do this. I had to back out. We're backing out, and I'm done. I mean, we're done. We're back in the pit area. Have a full 40-acre field, empty lot to turn around, and so we can drive back the other way. Well, as I'm driving, the dirt looks good. Looks like no one can ever get stuck in it, except for I got stuck in it. I dug us a good hole there on my front-wheel drive Camry. Joe Gibbs power plant is too powerful for this Antioch Speedway dirt pit area, and it didn't help that it rained a ton either. So what looked to be smooth dirt was actually a sinkhole.
So, as opposed to going for a ride, we
we tried. I mean, there is some crew members in there trying to get us unstuck. We're like, come on, guys, don't worry about it.
And I couldn't mess up my nice pearly white shoes.
No, you have some pearly white shoes.
Folks, you want to see the dumbest things I ever could have worn at a dirt track?
Let's see. These things are highlighter white.
Take a look at these.
Look at that. Oh, come on, get that feet up higher. Or turn the camera down. There you go.
Who wears these to a dirt track?
You wear these.
I wears these to a dirt track. Well, the 2 machine is able to drive away.
Jake Dewsbury. And the number 2 machine.
You know, if someone really didn't like the driver and could convince us that they just give them any name they want.
Yes. He's hot lapping now.
Yes, he is. Well, that is a wrap here on the heat race action at Antioch Speedway. A reminder for those watching not live on YouTube that the event is available on DVD for purchase, and amongst other things, Tommy.
Correct.
So they need to know.
We'll be on video on demand as well on lowbudget.tv. Now, for those of you on Race FeedX and lowbudget.tv watching live right now, you're probably like, what the hell are they talking about YouTube? Well, we post all the heats on our YouTube channel. That is LBTV Productions on YouTube. And while you're there checking out the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'd appreciate it.
Had quite the 2016 season.
Fabulous Bob, the flag man, is feeding popcorn? Everybody here in the stands.
Don't feed the animals.
Fabulous Bob.
Tommy, free dinner.
Those are nice white shoes he has there. Are you trying to rival Fabulous Bob?
I would never dream of rivaling Fat.
But he brings a whole white getup. He's got the white shoes. We've been over this. White shoes, white pants, white shirt, white teeth, almost white hat, and definitely a white beard.
Santa. Well, they've cleaned up the area. We'll be back for.
So, yeah. And
yeah.
so what?
Oh, yeah. So you got stuck. You got stuck.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we got stuck, so the tractor pushed us out, thankfully. But what I was going to say, you're saying we're going to be right back. The next thing on the schedule is
B main.
B main for the B mods.
That's a lot of B's. That's a lot of fish.